Living with a 6 feet 2 inches straight roommate who radiates golden retriever energy in our dorm while hiding my sexuality requires Olympic-level acting skills. When Luke climbed onto my bed last night, I had to forcefully push him away despite every cell in my body protesting. My fair complexion and delicate features made me the dorm's unofficial mascot. These clueless straight guys constantly ruffle my hair, pinch my cheeks, and marvel at how soft I look, completely unaware their precious baby brother Sean is gay. Luke takes this physical affection to extreme levels. His 6 feet 2 inches frame constantly trapping me against walls for impromptu bear hugs. Last Friday night became my personal hell. After our horror movie marathon where Luke death-gripped my hand during every jump scare, his clammy palm interlocked with mine for 2 solid hours. I thought the torture ended. Then midnight brought warm breath ghosting over my neck as Luke whispered, "Sean, it's me." His naked torso pressing against my back through the thin sheet. "Can't sleep alone," he murmured, calloused fingers skating over my hip bone. My traitorous body reacted instantly to his cedarwood shampoo scent and the hard planes of his chest. They'll never let me live it down if they find out I'm scared. His lips brushed my earlobe, turning my protests into shaky exhales. When his wandering hand drifted south, I barely choked out Luke before he nuzzled my neck. "Just checking you're human," he teased, completely oblivious to how his abs flexing against my spine short-circuited my brain. The dorm AC couldn't combat the fever spreading through me as his thumb drew circles on my stomach. I've memorized every dangerous detail, the way his biceps strain when reaching for textbooks, how his laugh lines crinkle during morning workouts, that infuriating habit of strutting around shirtless post-shower. Now his restless leg tangled with mine under the covers. His sleepy mumbles about protecting you from ghosts, somehow more terrifying than any horror movie. God help me survive this living arrangement without combusting. I forced myself to threaten him. "Luke, if you don't get back to your own bed right now, we're done." He finally settled down and slunk back to his bed. The next morning, he greeted us with massive dark circles under his eyes. Our dorm leader asked, "What were you doing last night? Pulled an all-nighter?" Luke yawned dramatically. "Got my heart broken by someone cruel. Couldn't sleep. My conscience pricked at this, and I tried to slip away quietly when he suddenly dragged me into a bear hug from behind, vengefully pinching both my cheeks. The dorm leader barely glanced at our familiar roughhousing, only commenting, "Ease up." Sean's face is turning red. Before leaving, once we were alone, Luke buried his face in my shoulder, whining like a kicked puppy. "Sean, you really threatened to end our friendship last night. Aren't we best bros?" I nodded quickly. Of course we are. How desperately did I want to maintain this brotherly facade? From the moment I'd first seen him during move-in day, Luke had starred in all my late-night fantasies. If he were gay, he'd be my ultimate dream top. But he was painfully straight. During daylight hours, I played the straight bro, letting him ruffle my hair, manhandle me into headlocks, accidentally grope me during wrestling matches. At night, my dreams pinned this Adonis beneath me, riding him breathlessly while screaming, "Daddy." Mornings meant scrubbing evidence from my boxers. I've been secretly crushing for over a year. When Luke begged to crash in my bed for a month after his mattress got soaked, I only agreed after making him swear to keep his hands to himself. He thumped his chest like a gorilla. "Relax, Sean. I sleep like a corpse." Yet here we were, human octopus limbs tangled around me, his bare chest flush against my back, morningwood pressing into my thigh. His stupid cedarwood cologne filled my nostrils. "You call this corpse-like?" I glared at my own traitorous erection, mentally cursing every deity. Next morning, Luke stretched luxuriously. "Dude, you're like a human teddy bear. Best sleep ever." I scooted away, dark circles rivaling a raccoon's. "Could you tone it down?" "What?" "Morningwood's natural." He ruffled my hair, breath hot against my ear. "You always smell so good, bro." My traitorous mind flashed to his shower scene freshman year. My face burned. We got unacquainted our very first night. During orientation, Luke had gaped at me like I'd grown a second head. No fucking way this porcelain doll's a dude. He dragged me to the communal showers to verify, stripping us both despite my protests. Damn, even your equipment's pretty. I'd been mortified yet couldn't stop stealing glances at his prodigious assets. Now the menace was at it again. Little Sean standing at attention too. Let me help you out, roomy benefits. Yeah. His hand crept toward my waistband. I elbowed him hard. Go brush your damn teeth. After shoving him away, I pressed chilled palms to my flaming cheeks. During our walk to class, yet another girl stopped Luke for homework help. We were all used to it. Who wouldn't adore a tall, sunny, ridiculously handsome golden retriever boyfriend? Predictably, Luke said something that left the girl looking heartbroken. I inexplicably sighed in relief while silently pitying her for a split second. Our dorm president had once asked him, "What's your type anyway? How come you turn down every girl who confesses?" Luke had turned to stare straight at me back then, grinning. Gotta be better looking than Sean. I never understood straight guys' logic. Why drag me into this? The dorm president shook his head ruefully. Kids' standards got ruined by Sean. Honestly, if Sean were a girl, I'd chase him too. Luke immediately slung an arm around my shoulders. In your dreams, if Sean were a girl, I'd have married him ages ago. My face burned, though part of me wondered, why did it have to be a girl? That's when I realized Luke was straight as an arrow. He just had a thing for my face. But surely someone prettier would come along. At the club gathering, the campus bell arrived. Porcelain skin, doe eyes shyly glancing our way. Whispers erupted around us. Sitting beside Luke, I secretly thought they'd make a perfect couple. Sean, your favorite. Luke remained oblivious, cheerfully refilling my water and piling food onto my plate. Watching his carefree smile, I felt a pang imagining him doting on the campus bell like this someday. During games, the bell drew a dare, kiss a guy's cheek. The crowd hooped, elbowing toward Luke. I watched her blush deepen, delicate ears flushing crimson as she approached, and walked straight past Luke to stop before me. Her sweet perfume enveloped me as she clasped her hands pleadingly. Sean, can I kiss your cheek? My head snapped up. The gorgeous girl was batting her lashes at me like a kitten. Flustered, but figuring a cheek kiss was harmless, I mumbled, sure. Beside me, Luke's voice turned glacial. No. He shoved his arm between us. Not allowed. The room froze. Oddly, the bell looked thrilled rather than embarrassed. Sean agreed. Why can't I? Luke ground his teeth, then kissed me instead. My heart sank. So he did like her. Fine. The bell sighed, then lunged past him to plant a loud kiss on my cheek. He'd exploded across my face. My first public cheek kiss from a girl, mortifying yet. Luke furiously scrubbed my face with a napkin, rough enough to sting. He ignored me all the way back to the dorm. Even when I tried talking, he turned away. The tension dragged into our room. Finally, the dorm president pulled me aside. You two fighting. Luke usually sticks to you like glue. What happened? I told him. The girl you like kissed my cheek. The dorm president fell silent for a few seconds before replying. Y'all need Jesus. Lying in bed that night, I regretted agreeing to help the prom queen. Maybe then I could have stayed close with Luke longer, clinging to him like a brother until he eventually got together with her. Now he wouldn't even look at me. My throat tightened. It was just a peck on the cheek. It's not like I'm into girls anyway. The mattress dipped as body heat pressed against my back. I stubbornly faced the wall. Luke's hand tentatively settled on my waist. When I didn't react, he nuzzled his stupidly handsome face into the crook of my neck. Why were you mad earlier? Why'd you let her kiss you? Do you like her? We spoke simultaneously. I blinked. What? I thought you liked her. Never did. His breath hitched against my skin. But seeing her lips on you, it felt wrong. His arms tightened like human handcuffs. I've never even kissed your cheek. The confession hung heavy. Typical boundary blind straight boys, always giving mixed signals. Luke spoiled me rotten, head pats. Constant physical contact. Buying my favorite snacks. Coaxing me awake from morning lectures with that gravelly morning voice. He treated me so well that even our classmates joked he was husband training me. Luke always shot back. Sean's my bro. With forced casualness. Once I saw him tackle a guy who made crude jokes about us. Fists flying as he snarled. Say that shit again, and I'll rearrange your face. So no, he couldn't possibly like me. Just a clueless straight guy. Then why? Luke suddenly flipped me to face him. Eyes burning. Let me kiss you too. Whatever. My voice cracked. He crashed down, lips landing clumsily near the corner of my mouth. We both froze. Sorry. He mumbled. Bad aim. His thumb brushed my lower lip. Why is it so soft? This time there was no mistake. His tongue swept in, hot and demanding. My fingers twisted in his shirt as oxygen became secondary. Do straight bros kiss each other like this? When we broke apart, Luke pretended to fall asleep instantly. I lay staring at the ceiling, lips still tingling. Morning brought his usual arm-shoulder casualness. I bit back questions. What if he freaked out? My high school friends had turned icy after my confession, creating new group chats without me. Luke's laughter snapped me back. He was feeding me a breakfast bite, eyes crinkling. My chest ached. This limbo would kill me. I hate the silent treatment. If Luke starts distancing himself, I'd rather keep this ambiguous entanglement between us. As Luke pulled me into his arms again, roughly tousling my hair, I surrendered to the thought with bitter resignation. But Luke seemed addicted to kissing. Over a month had passed. I suspected he wasn't even scared of ghosts anymore. Yet every night he'd climb into my bed, pressing his lips to mine before sleep. His technique had evolved from clumsy urgency to something tender and lingering. More often than not, his kisses left me flushed and restless, heat pooling low in my stomach. One evening, his hands began wandering. When I felt something hard press against my thigh, I froze. He tightened his embrace. Hot breath grazing my ears, he rasped. Good night. That night I posted online, I'm gay, and my straight roommate keeps kissing me. Is this normal? Replies flooded in frowny face. Either he's messing around or he's into you. Dude, my bros and I don't make out. Just saying. Test him. Flirt back until he cracks, then you'll know. I stared at the third suggestion, teeth sinking into my lower lip. When our other roommates left for the weekend, I decided to act. Luke crawled into my bed as usual that night, but instead of shrinking away, I kissed him back with equal fervor. My hands traced the same paths as always took, over taut shoulders, down the dip of his spine. His breathing hitched, arms banding steel around me. Heat radiated from his body as he buried his face against my neck, lips scorching a trail along my collarbone. Sean? His voice scraped raw. A shiver raced through me, but I kept teasing, fingers skimming under his shirt, hips arching closer. When he gripped my wrists, palms burning against my skin, I flipped us over until our bodies aligned completely. Stop. Luke growled, pinning me beneath him. I need a cold shower. Alone in the tangled sheets, I pressed trembling arms over my eyes. The game wasn't working. This limbo would continue unless I forced clarity, but coming out might destroy everything. He returned smelling of winter air and mint soap. As icy toes brushed my leg, I jerked away. Sorry, he began. I cut him off with forced laughter. Chill. Man, brothers mess around sometimes. No big deal. Luke's jaw tightened. Sean, he demanded. You do this with other brothers? Why? I countered, pulse roaring. Does it matter? Could it be you like me? Silence stretched. I clutched the blanket, terrified he'd hear my frantic heartbeat. I don't know. He finally admitted. But I crave touching you. Heat flooded my cheeks. I scrambled to face the wall, hand pressed over my runaway heart. That was totally unfair. In my eyes, how was his statement any different from a confession? Sneaky straight guys. I excitedly replied to the forum post, all set. He said he doesn't understand it himself, but enjoys physical contact with me. The comments flooded in, he's so gone for you. Biological attraction always wins. Ship confirmed. Oh, don't forget to prep properly. That last reply made my face burn. But the encouragement gave me courage. I decided to confess tonight. During the day, I kept pestering Luke to play games with me as usual, but he seemed oddly distant. I deliberately nestled against his chest, my back pressed against his pecs. Normally, Luke would have immediately wrapped his arms around me and started getting handsy. Today, he kept focusing on the game. Annoyed, I tilted my head to brush my lips against his Adam's apple. His body stiffened as he subtly shifted back. I leaned closer to whisper against his ear. How do I build the third item? His ears turned crimson instantly, arms snaking around my waist. He started explaining equipment strategies in a suspiciously husky voice. I stared at his moving lips and impulsively kissed him. Just a quick peck. When our eyes met, his gaze looked complicated. Maybe he's just shy after yesterday's confession. I told myself. That night, remembering the forum advice, I thoroughly prepped myself inside out. I waited expectantly for Luke to crawl into my bed like always. The sheets felt unbearably empty without him. Frustrated, I invaded his bed instead, slipping under the covers to trace his abs. He tensed up and removed my hand. Sean, stop messing around. Confused, I asked, what's wrong with you today? Luke? He never acted like this before. You said you hated this. His voice carried unexpected hurt. Yesterday, after hearing you like physical contact, you practically hid in the corner to avoid me. My heart dropped. That's not true. I'd actually been terrified he'd hear my pounding heartbeat. Luke sighed deeply, the first time I'd ever heard him sigh. My hope dwindled. Was he having second thoughts about liking me? Typical straight guy confusion. Why didn't you come to my bed tonight then? I challenged. Because I'm not scared of ghosts anymore. His logic was infuriatingly sound. Fine. I started to leave. Luke pulled me back. Sean, I'm not gay. My heart sank further. If he dared finish that sentence with, so let's just be brothers again, I swore I'd cut him off forever. My eyes burned at the thought. Never again would I play these ambiguous games with straight guys. I always lost. But when the homecoming queen kissed you, Luke continued, his words taking an unexpected turn. I got jealous. His arms tightened around me as he murmured against my ear. Maybe I'm messed up, but I want to kiss you, hold you, feel your skin against mine. Sean, I think I like you. Heat flooded my cheeks. Since when did straight guys flirt this hard? I crashed our lips together. He froze momentarily before flipping our positions, his breathing ragged when we finally broke apart. Sean? He rasped. What about you? My whispered confession against his neck made his chest heave. Dark eyes devoured me as he growled. How do I do this? I squeezed my eyes shut, guiding his broad hand downward with trembling fingers. Moonlight pooled like liquid silver beyond the curtains. Sean, Luke clung to me afterward, his gravelly voice coaxing. One more time. Baby, last one. I promise. Hours later. My throat raw and eyes watery. I weakly kicked his shin. Liar. When the hot water ran out at midnight, Luke boiled water to gently wash me, his towel strokes lingering as he murmured, "So soft. The way you say my name." I slapped his chest half-heartedly. The bastard grinned, kissing my palm. "My sweet, soft wife." Our roommates returned to a rearranged universe. Luke clasped my hand during the talk. They blinked at his blissful expression and my flaming face before offering awkward congratulations. So much for keeping my secret through college. And epilogue, Luke's POV, from the first glimpse of Sean. I couldn't look away. Porcelain skin, rosebud mouth, no way this was a guy. That night, I dragged him into the showers to confirm. Definitely male. Yet even his equipment looked unfairly pretty. The words slipped out before I could stop them. Sean Cole's face flushed bright red. So adorable. Using the excuse of being buddies, I offered to scrub his back. The boy's skin was pale. My gaze lingered on the graceful curve of his shoulder blades until, my hand slipped. A pink mark bloomed across his milky skin. Did that hurt? My voice came out rougher than intended. After our first bro hug, I started thinking maybe it wasn't so bad Sean was a guy. He fit perfectly against me, smelling like sunshine and something indefinably sweet, addictive. Whenever he wandered into view, my hands itched to ruffle his hair, pinch his cheeks, stuff him with snacks, or loop an arm around his waist. Luke, he'd protest when I went too far, cheeks burning. God, I love hearing my name like that. Our dorm president joked, "You treat Sean like your damn bride." I laughed it off while imagining how fast I'd propose if he were a girl. Everything changed when some punk sneered, "Your roommate's such a pretty little fag." Bet he's... My fist connected before he finished. No one got to talk about Sean like that. That night, when horror movie night came around, I swallowed my fear for those Bambi eyes. The film was pure nightmare fuel. During the worst jump scare, our hands found each other. His fingers were so small, so warm, as our palms slid together. I could have sworn I heard wedding bells. Later, I crawled into his bunk claiming fright. Moonlight caught his sleepy blink. "Luke?" My resolve shattered. When I reached for him, he pushed me away. Then he said the words that broke me, "We can't be friends anymore." The moment I heard it, I panicked. After slinking back to bed, I lay awake all night. When morning finally came, I dragged Sean into my arms, vengefully squishing his face. Sean couldn't handle my soft pleading. Pressing my lips to his ear, I murmured, "Let me stay with you for a while, okay?" His flushed ears told me I'd succeeded. I remembered when buddies asked to crash in my bed before. I'd scoffed. Two dudes sleeping together. I only share beds with my girl. Now here I was, eating my words. How did Sean smell this good? His scent made me want to melt into him. They say soulmates recognize each other's unique fragrance. Could any scent compare to his? We woke tangled together. I couldn't resist teasing. "Dude, you smell amazing," earning an elbow jab that barely registered. My jaw clenched with barely restrained want. During class, another girl confessed to me. I politely listened while mentally calculating when Sean's stomach would growl. Cafeteria hibachi for lunch. Then, at club meetups, I piled his plate with steaming candied sweet potatoes before they cooled. But Sean seemed distracted until a campus beauty approached. My gut twisted watching her lean in for that cheek kiss. I blocked her, but she still found her mark. That face I'd cupped countless times, now marked by someone else's lips. I scrubbed at the spot with tissues until his skin pinkened. That night, anger kept me awake. Climbing into Sean's bed, I clung to him with desperate frustration. "Why'd you let her?" I demanded, hurt lacing my voice. He remained oblivious, even asking if I liked her. Like I even knew her name. Fury and confusion collided. I made an unreasonable demand. When he agreed, that last thread of control snapped. My lips found the corner of his mouth, so unbearably soft. We froze. What? The world tilting on its axis. The turmoil in my chest finally found its release. It wasn't enough. I gripped Sean's waist and pinned him down forcefully. I crossed a line. Daylight brought awkwardness, forcing me to play oblivious to avoid losing him again. Yet, kissing Sean had me addicted. Every night became an obsession, ghosts long forgotten. But I still crawled into his bed, claiming his breath beneath me, hands roaming under his shirt until we burned. Only by sheer will did I withdraw, clutching him tight while wildfire raged in my veins. This wasn't right. Wanting my best friend like this? I posted online. Is it normal to feel this way after kissing your bro? Replies flooded. You're messed up. Since when do bros make out? You're gay. My pulse hammered at the third answer. I knew I wasn't into guys. Never had been. Until Sean. Not men. Just him. Only him. That weekend. Empty dorm. Nightfall made Sean bold, awakening something feral in me. I shoved him away, dousing myself in icy water. Returning, I tried apologizing, explaining. His words gutted me. We're just buddies. Would he do this with others? When asked if I liked him, every fiber screamed the truth. Feelings don't hide. I confessed. Luke, I yelped, snatching back my electrified hand. He faced the wall, distance yawning between us. I'd ruined everything. Next day, restrained, but Sean kept leaning close, cluelessly tempting. Those innocent eyes, God. Did he know how he wrecked me? The suppressed desires I struggled to contain crumbled the moment Sean crawled into my bed at night. All my defenses collapsed as I laid myself completely bare before him. After confessing everything, I pleaded silently in my heart, Sean, please don't hate me. Then his lips met mine, followed by the memory of that evening when my wife melted into a puddle of bliss beneath me. Then,